Hi, I'm Felicity. Let's have a get well, stay well moment on smoking. As a child brought up in a household of smokers, I am well aware of the horrible health hazards. Primarily, it was a nightmare as a child to be forced to breathe secondhand smoke. This condemns children to a lifetime of sinusitis, bronchitis, emphysema, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and quite possibly lung cancer. Quite an inheritance. Secondly, I witnessed the torment of smokers as they tried to kick the addiction. It's tough. We know life depends on taking air into the lungs to oxygenate the lungs and all the cells, so it defies logic that we spend money to poison our very breath of life. So why do people smoke? Doctors who have done a lot of research find it is not the actual damaging smoke that smokers become addicted to. Rather, it's the healing response of the immune system as it fights to stay alive despite the toxicity. When people are tense and nervous, they seek a distraction from events. Lighting up, inhaling, and waving a cigarette around gives them distraction and makes them feel empowered. But rather than empowering them, smoking is known to shorten life by a decade. Very often it also causes the last few years of their life to become a nightmare of struggling to breathe. Added to that, smokers suffer the guilt of knowing they're wrecking the health of others. They also suffer the social stigma of being shunned because their clothes and breath stink. No one relishes kissing an ashtray. Cigarette smoke contains acetaldehyde, acetone, acrolein, acrylonitrile, and ammonia. It also contains benzene, benzopyrene, and all kinds of other dreadful things: cadmium, carbon monoxide, chromium, and cresol. And that's just the ABC of cigarette smoke. I could go on to list formaldehyde, lead, nicotine, polonium, and toluene, just to mention a few. These chemicals constitute an absolute hell of toxicity. Vaping e-cigarettes cuts out a percentage of the toxins, but not all. The addiction problem still exists. Self-discipline is the only answer long term. We really have to take control. Once we know how much we are damaging others with secondhand smoke, we know the only decent thing to do is to stop. Romans 12:2 tells us to transform ourselves by the renewing of our minds. We need to face facts and make that decision to stop, to tell others too, so that we become accountable. I help people with phone consultations to encourage them through. The relief when people kick smoking for good is exponential. They feel amazing. Then they can get well and stay well, and hopefully help others to do the same too. God bless.